I don't want to put you on the spot.
Yes. Yes.
People will start expecting, the man who fans.
No.
Zambia Tourism, the sector that for a long time has promised so much, but is starting to deliver those anticipated results. Today, on Nkwazi Table Talk, I've got the privilege of speaking with Miss Abigail Shansonga, the acting CEO of the Zambia Tourism Agency, the organization that has been entrusted with marketing and branding Zambia as a premier tourist destination. She's just taken over this role, but she was previously in the organization, formerly Chief Standards Officer. So I'm interested to hear her perspectives on both the standards and now the new strategic direction of the agency. Enjoy. Hi, Abigail.
Hello, how are you?
I am good, thank you. And yourself?
I'm good, thanks.
Pleasure to have you on Nkwazi Table Talk.
Thank you very much.
Looking forward to this conversation, talking all things tourism. All things tourism.
All things
The economy that has promised so much
Yes.
to the Zambian economy,
Yes.
or rather the sector that has promised so much to the Zambian economy.
Yes.
We're happy to see that things are now starting to bear fruit.
Thank you.
Thank you for that.
Thank you very much.
How did the roads lead to where they are now? I've done a little bit of background search. You're very stealthy on LinkedIn. I didn't find much, but I gathered, I believe you're a lawyer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I believe at some point in your life you saw trucks.
Yes. Yes.
The rest, tell me the rest.
Right. So
How did you end up here?
Tourism wasn't part of the grand scheme and the grand plan.
Yeah.
But I am a lawyer by profession. 10 years at the bar, 11 this year. So I started off my career in the local authorities. I served many portfolios there. And then when I got called to the bar, I then moved to private sector, working for one of the country's largest law firms. Thereafter, I went back into quasi-government, working for a utility company as a legal officer. And it was during that time that one of my clients called me in and asked me to run their dealership, a commercial vehicle dealership. So I was now running that as managing director. Yeah. And I did that for close to 5 years.
A decent stint?
Decent stint, very different, challenging because I took on and COVID went right came onto the scene. Then, after that I decided to go back to my first love, which was law. Went back in, that's how I got into the tourism sector. So I went in first as board secretary and legal counsel.
At ZTA,
yes. Then I think about 8 months later, I then got promoted and went into standards, became a chief standards officer. And then here I am as acting CEO.
What are the tangible things that surround this whole 24-hour economy, particularly for the tourism sector? What does that translate to?
Look, I think for the tourism sector, 24-hour economy, like most economies that are 24 hours, obviously is more changes in the economy. You want economic development, you're growing the tourism sector. Yeah. A 24-hour economy automatically translates into more jobs because someone has to work 24 hours. You're not going to just be able to run your restaurant with 5 people on a 24-hour shift. You automatically now need to get maybe 10 people to be able to work in shifts and turn that around. Yeah. So it now means more jobs. We need to get more, vibrant cities in there. We need to have more activities that will be able to sustain the fact that we're going onto a 24-hour, turning into a 24-hour economy. So for the tourism sector, it's a really interesting time. The borders need to go on 24 hours.
Yes.
The airports need to go on 24 hours. Everything needs to go on 24 hours. That means more job, more money, and more contribution to GDP for us.
What would you say is the state of the tourism sector at the moment? And how do we get the tourism sector to contribute more to Zambia's GDP? I get that can be a bit of a loaded question, but particularly, what do you think are 3 or 4 of the biggest hurdles that you feel like we need to close up for the tourism sector to be a major contributor or a bigger contributor than it is to our GDP?
Yeah, it is a bit of a loaded question, but I think if we were to look at 3 things that we need to do to actually get the tourism sector to grow up to even get to where the mining sector is.
Yes.
I think the first thing is infrastructure. The tourism sector is growing.
Yes.
Especially now that we're seeing it. In the last 3 years, we've had more numbers going up. We're constantly going up towards an upward trajectory.
Yes.
We are now looking at trying to bring in 3 million international arrivals from the 2.3 that we had last year. But in order for us to bring in all these numbers, we definitely need to have more infrastructure.
Yes.
There will come a time when we want to get 5 million or 6 million arrivals at that point. But we need to get more hotels, we need to get more accommodation establishments, we need to get more MICE facilities. So infrastructure is actually a big deal, and we definitely need to improve on our infrastructure, both on the public and the private side.
Yeah.
Second thing that I would definitely say is there's a lot of challenges that you hear from tourism stakeholders. So we obviously need to just streamline and make it easier for people who want to join the tourism sector to be able to come in. So we streamline our policies and make it easier. Mining sector is very clean and almost clear cut. They know what they're supposed to do at what point. We don't want a situation where people are complaining that they're getting too many licenses or being licensed by too many entities for them to just enter into the tourism sector. So if we can actually make that clear for them, that will also help us bring in more people, and people will then expand a lot more in tourism. And then the third thing that we just definitely need to do is to ensure we uphold our standards. Standards, everyone downplays standards, everyone just sees it as regulation, but standards are what end up validating who we are as a country as well. If we have good standards, people will come back, whether we consider ourselves expensive or cheap. But if your standards are right and we get that right, we will pull in everyone, and all the numbers that will be going in, all the numbers that will come back because they enjoyed the experience. It was authentic, it was good, it was, very well kept. So standards are also a big thing. We need to make sure we adhere to international standards and create our own authenticity.
So I'm just interested, especially with your legal hat.
Yes.
When you're thinking about this, and this is sort of just like some of my own thoughts. This whole local rate, where you speak to the hotels and say, local rate for Zambians and international rate. Is it possible to, or rather, how does that work in practice? From a legal aspect, can a government or an institution such as ZTA, for example, ask hotels and lodges or whatever to have a local rate versus an international rate?
Well, we have been doing it, and we do have local rates and international rates.
Okay.
At the end of the day, we have to remember that there is, our sector is highly private sector driven.
Yes.
Right? So I don't think it's government's place to tell you who's invested X amount of money in your business to say, no, you should only charge 10 kwacha per bed space.
Yeah.
You are looking at the amount of investment that you're putting in, and you will see what you want to do. You're looking at your marketing and you're looking at your target audience, who's your target as you do it, as you come up with your business plan.
Yeah.
But what government is just trying to do, and remember what we're trying to do here is not to make it stunt cut to say, no, you must always have this rate and you must have that rate. No. But you're just trying to say, please make it accessible so that people can get to know. We're trying to get people to change the culture and let them know about this. Eventually, people will come. People will be taking holidays left, right, and center, and will grow the tourism sector. More people will be able to do it, and then they're still free to set up whatever prices that they may want to set up. So I think it's just, when we say the local and the international rates, it doesn't make sense for you to come and pay $1,000 when you work in Zambia earning kwacha. Why do you want to pay $1,000? So it's also important to have that sort of change and that shift. But also, you do have people that are coming in, and yes, other people will say my target market are the ones that are coming in earning in dollars, so I want to charge them in dollars. It makes more sense for me to charge them in dollars because I invested and put my investment in dollars. So it's just to say, okay, fine, there's international rates and there's also local rates.
Yeah, it's that tightrope.
It's that tightrope
that you have to walk between allowing private sector but also being, inclusive.
Yes.
I think Uganda made visa-free access for 40 countries, and Zambia is included.
Yes.
So I know that we have done quite some work around visa-free access as well. Could you just touch on some of the policies maybe that we've done around visa-free access and how that is working out?
Sure. So currently we have 153, if not 163, but I know there's a 3 and 100 somewhere there. That's all. Yes. So
completely visa-free.
Completely visa-free. And then obviously the Department of Immigration is also working very hard to make sure that visas into Zambia are easier obtained, and we've got the e-visas coming on. So we do have our own 153, if not 163 countries that are visa-free in Zambia, to try and encourage more people to come into Zambia. So what Uganda's doing, we've already done. I think this was already launched last year. And then, we've had Ghana recently come on board. And as you can see, there's been so much traction and so much hype on Zambian and Ghana's visa-free waiver agreements. Yes.
One of the major mandates, or is it the main mandate of ZTA, the rest is to promote Zambia, especially regionally and globally. Would you say there's been a lot of improvement in that? What work has gone into promoting Zambia outside of Zambia?
There's definitely a lot of mandates. I think every year we always have our marketing plan. We always have two sides or 3 sides that I can say in terms of our marketing. So to start off with, we have 2 mandates as ZTA. Marketing the country and making Zambia a premier destination, and the regulatory side and making sure everyone's regulated and that we have a destination that upholds international standards. So with marketing, we do a lot of marketing out of the country. We participate in travel shows. Last year, we even had specific campaigns that were just designed to just market Zambia. We hired a PR agency that was basically marketing Zambia and selling Zambia as well. So I think at some point in 2024, you heard about the 1.5 billion views that we had got. So those are some of the things that we're doing. We do have a campaign that's running on BBC currently, where you've got adverts that are running on different BBCs being streamed in different countries that are showcasing Zambia and telling everyone to visit Zambia. We've also got our Zambian ads running on Expedia. So we do have a lot of marketing activities that are going on. They don't stop. We continue running with them. We do lots of international travel shows, and we don't just go there as ZTA. We go there with our co-sharers, who are the players in the tourism industry that come with us. They will also, so you would basically put a call out for co-sharers to come with us to India, for instance. And you will have the different companies, tour operators, going to sell their own businesses and sell Zambia as part of that. We were recently in Berlin. We were recently also in South Africa for Meetings Africa. and
Yes.
we'll be going back for the Indaba, we'll be going back for Experience Africa, we'll be doing a lot more things. Yes.
Yeah, no, it's
So
brilliant, and I
marketing
think you can
continues.
tell that the brand has improved.
Yes.
A lot. I don't want to put you on the spot.
Yes. Yes.
People start expecting, the man.
We said it's no.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one.
Yes.
What are some of the initiatives that you have as ZTA in terms of opening up Zambia as a travel destination, particularly like for the aviation sector, and even for roads? Because I feel like roads, rail, what are some of those initiatives to make sure that we can increase flow into Zambia from the infrastructure policy level?
In terms of opening up access to Zambia, I think as ZTA, we are facilitating and working closely with the line ministries that are in charge of road access. So in this case, the Ministry of Transport. So we do have certain technical working groups that are actually looking at maybe opening up the airspace and inviting more airlines into Zambia. We're looking at also trying to see what we can do with regards to the rail, and we just work with them, facilitate, help them bid if we're told we have to bid, take part in some of the major shows that are there, be it Aviation or Roots Africa, and just support our other agencies or ministries that are there. We see the value of us having access into Zambia. It's a big thing. We cannot work without them. And we're there to market all of them. So we're there to also help them say, okay, this is how we can market Zambia better and make it more attractive. So please do come in and help us here, and we will help you by giving you X, Y, and Z. So we do have lots of assistance, or we facilitate at that point.
So the tourism sector is at an inflection point. The sector is undergoing a lot of changes. And one of those changes is the creator-first economy. Zambia welcomed a social media influencer who created a massive buzz in the country. A young American man called I Show Speed. This is what's happening in the sector. Zambia will now be mostly marketed by social media influencers than by traditional adverts. We all remember the Zambia the Real Africa TV advert. But today the game has changed. All you need to market a country is a cell phone and a good camera. Truly, times are changing. How are you planning as ZTA strategically to work the influencer creator economy?
Influencer campaigns are very, very big. I won't say it too much about that because we still want to keep it a surprise.
Yes.
But I think what we can say is watch this space. We might actually be having something down our sleeves that will thoroughly impress the Zambian people when it comes to such campaigns or influencers and so on and so forth. We do have a few tricks up our sleeves as well as a TA.
Okay.
So let me not say more about that.
I just want to take a bit of a break and talk about you personally. Growing up, what were some of your childhood experiences that you feel like positioned you to where you are now?
Look, I think I grew up in a home where education and hard work was the name of the game.
Yeah.
My father was, he was a disciplinarian, so there wasn't time for you to mess around. No, my father is an engineer.
Okay.
He's an engineer, but very, very strict. Hard work has always very straightforward. So I think that's also helped me just develop the resilience, and I don't have to think twice about working late and, doesn't feel like you're taking away from me from anything. If the job is not done, you don't leave. Someone always asks me, what time do you get off work? I'm like, when the job's done. That can be anything from 5 o'clock to 10 o'clock. We've been known to even pull up a few 1 a.m.ers.
I mean, as a lawyer.
At ZTA, yes. So yes, my upbringing definitely put in the resilience and hard work. And I think it's shaped who I am. I don't think twice about it. But also kindness. You work hard, but you're always kind, and you always have to remember that there's people around you.
Yeah.
Nothing works just by chance. You also have to put in your hard work. You also continue to be kind. So humility and kindness have also been a big thing. And when you're dealing with different people, I think humility and just remembering that every effort counts. That thank you to the person who's cleaning, that thank you to the person who is, doing all the hard work as well while you're sleeping. Someone out there is putting up the pop-ups, putting up the flyers and putting on your branding stuff. It goes a long way.
Yeah, please. Let's dive in. This looks so. It's a working lunch.
It is a working exactly. It is a working lunch.
Yeah.
It is a working
So,
lunch.
what's your outlook for, let's say, the next 3 to 5 years?
Definitely wanting to see Zambia be a known destination. I think that's pretty clear. We want to grow our country. We want to make Zambia a known destination. Ideally, I would love for everyone in 5% to be able to say, oh, Zambia, yes, there's something related about Zambia that they may figure out about. So that is one of the biggest challenges that we may have, and we need to actually work at real hard, and make sure that we can get that there and accomplished.
It's been a pleasure to speak with you. I always ask people at the end of the conversation, is there anything that you would like to speak about that you feel like we didn't touch on?
We've gone wide. We've gone wide.
Yeah, no, it's been a brilliant conversation. But I think, look, you've done a brilliant job. The agency has done a brilliant job in terms of marketing Zambia.
Yeah.
So well done.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure to speak with you and to learn a little bit about yourself, a little bit about your work. So I think the only thing that's left to say is all the best.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And
Let's
thank you
catch
for
up
having
soon.
me. Indeed.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Tourism, Zambia's sleeping sector, contributing about 7 to 9% of GDP. The sector is changing. Zambia is now mostly driven by social media influencers, the young, digital savvy people that are driving the sector. We have at ZTA now Miss Abigail Shansonga, the acting CEO of the Zambia Tourism Agency. She's not new to the agency, she's been there before, but she comes in with fresh, bold and new ideas to contribute to the bigger Zambia story. We talked about Brand Zambia, the new bold marketing campaign, which is set to position Zambia on the global stage. She teased about some of the exciting things that are coming up with the Brand Zambia campaign. Zambia moves you, a tagline for every Zambian to jump on board with. It was an exciting conversation. We wish her the best in her new role. We wish her the best as she continues to drive the sector forward.